Amanda Smith.
The buyer journey is getting a lot less linear. A few years ago, if someone wanted to research a brand, they'd probably start with Google, visit a few websites, read reviews, and then build their own shortlist from there. But today, more buyers are turning to LLMs and AI assistants to explore their options. Then compare and then figure out which companies are actually worth looking into. It's something that I am intensely curious about. So I tapped somebody in the space who really has a practical perspective on what that shift means. Sydney Sloan is the former chief marketing officer at G2, one of the world's largest online review platforms for B2B software and services. Sydney has seen firsthand and is continuing to advise companies on how answer engine optimization is becoming a part of the modern B2B growth conversation. So I asked her what I hoped would be a simple question. And that's, in today's world of AI, what are the 3 things that you would advise people to focus on to improve discoverability within their organization?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, Amanda, I got your question about how do you get discovered? And I wanted to give you a quick answer that's very tactical and practical. So the biggest thing that you need to look at now is the fact that your buyer has moved. They're going to LLMs of choice and they're asking a question about you, about your competitors, and it's a sophisticated prompt. And so you really have to make sure that you've got your AEO strategy in place. And what I would recommend you do first is buy an AEO tool. This will give you insights into what prompt and questions are being asked and what are the current citation sources that are feeding the answer of the LLM. And you want to be inside those answers. So this allows you to be able to track it. The second thing I would do is jump on the bandwagon of the content engineer rage that's going on, which really means how do you build an agentic and human workflow for being able to generate content at the pace that needs to be done today. So I'm not saying let AI create all your content. Humans have to be involved. But when you understand what those questions and answers are, how do you generate the content for that as fast as possible? And there's lots of tools out there that you can use to do that. If it's Claude or AirOps or other tools, Profound is another one I hear about a lot. Last thing that I would do when you look at your citation sources, you are going to find that user-generated content from communities like Reddit and G2 are a high influence. So you got to get your game on your reviews. And the strategy is really to understand how to get your end users to answer the questions that are being asked on the LLMs within the review and on your actual page on G2 and Reddit. So you want to feed it FAQs that are the structure of the prompt question and answer format and make it super easy for the LLMs to read. The last thing you want to do is, and I advise this all the time, sorry, it's a long one, but it's a bonus. Bonus number 4 is there's some really cool tools out there right now. Webflow and HubSpot have AEO graders off their website. And I would go to those and I would put your URL in and have it look at your website, and it will give you tactical and practical approaches for what you can do to make content on your own website discoverable. Last thing I'll say, G2 just did a survey and they've asked people, which order do you go in when you're doing research? LLMs are first, validation, so reviews and peer sites are second, and your website is third. So not only do you want to optimize the content on your website, but you want to ensure that when they get to your website, that you're picking up the conversation where it left off. So you want to think about your content strategy. Your customers are showing up to your site. They're more qualified. They're more informed. And the whole job of the website now is to convert them to a meeting or a demo as fast as possible. Hopefully those tips and tricks were useful for you. If you have any questions, you can follow me or DM me back. Okay? See ya.
Thank you for listening. Want your podcast to do more? Subscribe to Genius Cuts, because it's never just a podcast.